YouTubulars!
Let's go. We have almost like a two-view video going on here. One will be on my channel, one will be on Subs and Paws, who we're featuring here today. I'm also featuring on Subs and Paws.
Zarin YT.
There we go, Zarin_YT. You know, we are here back today. I got a nice amp for my car. So I had a big setup. If some of you know, if some of you don't, I had pretty much two 12s in a box. They weren't just like your ordinary budget 212s. They were WLL DSC HCY 12s. They were pretty big subs.
Is this like amp 5 or 6?
I don't talk about that.
I'm just wondering.
Oh, that's true. I don't even know. I'll think about it in a sec. So I had those 212s, which are like 1200 watt RMS subs. Go look them up. They're pretty insane subs. They're really nice. They're heavy. It did a lot of power.
They'll come back someday.
Oh yeah, I still have them. Never got rid of them. Just took them out. I have a son, and I wanted some trunk space back. Literally took off my whole trunk, so I had no trunk. So I pretty much just have. I have like a SDR12. I also have a ZVX8. Kind of like a. Oh, not really like an all over the place, but
I had a comment that somebody asked me about the SDR versus the
ZVX,
the Hayanka.
Oh.
Those are both right about the same price, so I figured we could do a video on it.
Yeah, we'll do that.
One versus
That's
one.
true, because I wonder how they'll be. Now the SDR is a lot.
And we could use this amp.
Oh,
Dyno testing the two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I had those. I had an MVX X8012. Amazing amp. I always say that's probably like the best purchase I made.
I got a Dyno test coming out.
Other than the subs I had. So anyway, since I don't really have too much powerful stuff in the car, I got this right here. This is the Taramps MD1200. This is the 1 ohm version, which is exactly what I wanted. So pretty much we're just doing an unboxing today of the actual amp, and then I'm gonna show it in my car. Hook it up, show you guys what's in
Dyno video too.
Oh yeah, there'll be a Dyno video. If I don't record it, it's gonna be on Subs and Paws.
We'll put it on both channels.
All right, we'll do both.
He'll have his view and I'll have my view.
So, I mean, I guess. Oh, that. How many amps I've gone through? My first amp was a Harmony Audio 400, which is in front of my face.
I was just
not this, but over here. I had that. Then we switched to the Power Acoustic 2500. That blue because of some speaker wire. No, not.
I don't think
that was the
that
speaker
was speaker
wire.
wire. The 2500.
Yeah.
Then we moved over to the Razer
2300.
Power Acoustic 2300. That one didn't blow. We switched it out because it was doing like 200 watts.
Yeah, it wasn't doing as much power.
It wasn't really doing that much, and that amp in all just doesn't really.
We were trying to figure out if the Power Acoustic 2300 was the same, basically the same thing as the 2500, and they're not. And that's what we proved when we had it in his car.
And they're definitely different. The 2500, as much as people can shit on it, they do a lot more power than the 2300.
Oh yeah, definitely.
After the 2300 is when I switched to the Soundstream Tarantula 3500. Right. That one was pretty decent, but the reason we switched that out is because I think the ohm load was going too low and it wasn't working with the first AGM battery that I got, which was an Energy 1200. But then I got a newer,
Viper 1200.
I got a Viper 1200, which I still have, which is probably the best, one of the best, like, I guess, cheaper AGM batteries that you can get, without it being super expensive. And then with that, I switched out the Soundstream, got a Seismic Audio 1500, which was by far the best amp I ever had in the car. I love that amp, and the only reason is I was driving home one day from work. The fuse blew between the battery power cord and the amp power cord, which only between it was like a 100 amp fuse, and that the amp was pulling more power than it needed, or more, I guess, for the fuse wise. So while I was replacing the fuse with a gorgeous A&L 200 amp fuse, I plugged the power cord from the battery into one side of the fuse and the power cord from the amp to the end of that other fuse with no fuse in the middle into it, but I was looking for a freaking screw that I lost for the fuse, and while I did that, I picked up the carpet to my trunk and I held it the metal with the power on the amp for like 10 seconds, or without knowing.
It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't even matter if it's
30 a point, half a second.
Yeah.
And you fry your amp.
And next thing you know, I was with my girlfriend, and I was like, "You smell that?" I was like, "You smell that?" And I didn't think of anything of it at first. I think it happened again while I was looking at the frickin' screw, and then next thing you know, I saw smoke coming out of the amp, and I was honestly devastated because that was my favorite amp, and they were out of stock. So a couple of days after that, that's when I said, I said, you know what? Let's go with the bigger high one. So I got the NVX XAD12, which is still here today, and that was the best purchase.
I got a dyno test coming out.
That thing does crazy
4
power,
2 and 1 ohm loads.
Clean power. It did amazing on what I had. It was the best. That's a NVX. Any of their amps are amazing, but everything good comes to an end sometimes. So that's why they're not there anymore. But
what happened after NVX?
XAD12 is also in my car. Actually, I ended up getting a Seismic Audio 1500 again.
Yep. Because
I liked it the first time. It was awesome. It worked. I got it off Amazon, and it was perfect. But it wasn't as strong as the NVX, and I wasn't sure because we couldn't tell because the original one was blown, so it couldn't really do a versus. But it was definitely not as strong. I'd say they were probably doing like the same kind of sound, but like the hits and the main bass weren't as hard or as loud as the other one. And I did a lot of tuning on it, making sure it was right, and it still wasn't as good as that one. But anyway, after that 10-minute talk about amps, we are here to
What happened after the NVX?
What do you mean what happened?
You got another amp, right?
Oh, I mean, I guess for my new setup. So after I took out the main one, I just kind of got rid of everything for a while. I got a Jensen 600 just by the side for...
Oh, I forgot about that one.
I got mid-ranges. I got like a 10-inch mid-range with 2 tweeters from Audio Legion before they sold out. And then I got 2 DS18 6x9s in the back. My car has pre-cut holes. You just have to cut the carpet. And I did those, so I still have that running on them. And, I mean, it's phenomenal for what it is.
Okay, you're missing another one.
So then after that, when I got subs again, like a small one for my car, I went with the SDR12, and then I got the Top Strong Gear 800, which is on Amazon. It's a pretty good deal. They also have their 1500 or
and we didn't get to do a dyno test on that.
No dyno test on that because I returned it and got this amp. Actually, no.
I didn't even know he returned it.
I returned it, ordered a VFL Audio 4000.
Oh, that's right.
Which doesn't... It doesn't do 4,000 watts, but it was gonna do what I needed it to do. They put the wrong one. And I got a hybrid. It was supposed to be the.
They sent them a 150.4.
It was supposed to be the Stealth 4000.1, and they sent me the hybrid 150.4. So I returned that literally minutes after I got it, and then I ordered this as soon as I got the refund on my balance. And
so Taramps is number 11.
Oh my god!
Amps that he's had, number 11.
Listen,
in approximately a year.
Once you guys go to like car audio, you don't go back. It's just that's crazy thinking about it now. So now I mean, without further ado, let's
I'll get the razor for you.
Getting this open. I'm gonna put this on. Oops. I'm gonna put it zoom more out so you guys can see.
There you go.
Literally.
I'm gonna move my camera roll.
That's crazy. 11 amps.
11 amps.
Is this 11?
That's 11.
All right. Yep. So today is 11, and probably not the last one.
Is 11.
This Taramps makes amazing amps. I know a lot of competitions don't allow them because people like to have their own opinions. I personally, if I had a competition, I wouldn't care.
Right in the box. Wow, look at that.
So it's literally fits right in the box. No wiggle room. No papers. That's it.
There's nothing in there, huh? That's it?
Yep. You don't get nothing.
Nothing.
That's all you get, amp. That's what you ordered. So, very clean. You obviously got like the main Taramps amplifier looks. They seal it. It looks how it looks. You guys all probably seen them before. A good way to tell if you got the correct one. Obviously the name. Usually all of them say what you got on them. But on the bottom right, or somewhere near the bottom right of the, I guess where they put all the stuff, is the ohm load. If you guys get, say you order the 1 ohm load.
Yeah, they sell different amps with different ohm loads.
They sell 1 ohm load ones, 2 ohm and 4 ohm load usually, amplifiers. And if you don't see 1 ohm and you ordered a 1 ohm, return it. I mean, if you're fine with using it at 2 ohms, go ahead. But
now the
if
difference,
you want what you ordered, you got to make sure you get the right here. And I did get the right one. So
the difference for those amps now, if you got the 1 ohm version, say you have your sub wired to 1 ohm, you're going to want to get the 1 ohm version because you're going to hit that. Probably you're going to get closer to that 1200 mark with your box rise. Mm-hmm. Now, if you got the 2 ohm or the 4 ohm version and you have a 1 ohm sub, you're not going to ever get close to this number because the amp's not going to ever reach that number. It's going to run the 1 ohm. It might even shut off. It might even go in. I doubt it's going to shut off. I doubt it's going to go into protection, being that the kind of amp that it is. But it's not going to give you anywhere close to what you're looking for. And if you got the 4 ohm version, it's meant to run 1200 watts at 4 ohms.
At 4 ohms. So technically, if it could run the 1 ohm on the 4 ohm version, you'd be getting.
That's what we should have done.
You're supposed to technically be getting a lot of power, but
we should have seen where your SDR is running at before you bought this. But that's all right. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, either
I think
way,
it'll be okay.
I'd go with 1 ohm version amps anyway. Either way, I mean, I know if some people like to get more power out of the 4 ohm or 2 ohm versions, I just feel like nowadays a lot of people either have their shit wired to 1 ohm.
Say
or
your sub with
ohm.
the box rise is running at 4 ohms.
Well, you're not going to get that
technically,
much power.
you with the 4 ohm version, you'd get the 1200 watts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to be all technical and really figure out what you have, and
you'd have to figure out your box rise in your box first.
Do some mathematics and really figure out what you want, because.
But we haven't dyno tested his SDR yet.
Personally, I feel like I feel like both of us really don't like. I mean, yeah, I got 2 different subs in the trunk, but personally, I don't really care. I mean, they're both running.
Oh, yeah.
As long as I don't blow them, I don't care.
I've done 2 different subs.
But like a lot of people,
3 different.
I post on different. Yeah,
I just did a 3 different sub.
Yeah, 3 different subs. He had one 10, another 10, but the other 10 was not the same as the other 10.
Yeah,
And
an
12,
Armada 10, a Jav 10, and a Jav 12,
which is on Audio Legion.
Yeah,
those are all like I was
and they ran fine.
You make posts on groups, but people like to say people right off the bat, they're like, why do you have even different size subs? I mean, personally, like I said, I don't care, but a lot of people get technical. They get
different tones.
They get different meters to really measure that the amp is tuned perfect.
Oh,
people get subs that only match together. I mean, yeah, it can make a difference, but if you're not doing anything crazy like competitions, and you just want some bass and you
just want some sound,
you're doing content, it's just nice to see what you can do with different stuff.
Definitely.
So let me, without further ado, get this thick plastic wrap off of it. I mean, it's nice that it seems...
Is that
like
double wrapped? Looks like it's double wrapped.
I don't know.
I think so. Yep.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Okay.
Now, this showed up to my door at 5 in the morning.
Amazon.
Because they offered overnight shipping for where I was, and it's funny, it didn't even ship until like 1 in the morning. So, and I ordered it at like 1 in the afternoon the day prior, so... They always seem to wait nowadays for, jeez, what is it, like, protected wrapped everywhere? I'm not complaining about that, but it has a smart cooler fan on it, which is really nice.
Over the terminals there.
Yeah. I like that it has the smart cooler. So it has internal fans, but the heck?
What the frick is that?
What the heck is that?
I wouldn't take it out. Is that supposed to be there?
That's supposed to be in the side. No, it's not on the other side.
Maybe it's supposed to be under it?
Whatever.
Maybe we can take that off and just, because that's only 4 screws, and just see if it goes there or not.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
That might be a seal, so it'll vibrate.
The thing's right here. Yeah, but it'll be on my seat anyway.
We'll take these off and just gently lift it up. Gently lift it, yeah.
Well, mind that. So we got the amp right here.
Oh.
We're going to do some satisfying.
What do you call that?
Satisfying.
Satisfying.
The satisfying.
I can't even see you. You're off my camera now.
This one doesn't see me either. So, this one, what's funny is I've seen people actually keep that on. I guess some people just like keeping plastic on everything they buy.
Yeah.
I personally don't see any reason. It's not like you're going to get rid of it anytime soon. In my case, maybe. No, I'm kidding. I feel like I've been getting stuff a lot.
The first time I heard him say that, I was opening my MacBook, and he said it's really satisfying when you peel it off. I was like, okay.
Well, it's not satisfying when I can't even get it off. Oh, there it is.
Ooh.
Very clean.
Oh, and it has like a...
Yeah, it has like a design.
Little design in the thing there, and up here too.
Oh, yeah. So,
oh, you know what? Mine's unplugged right now.
So if you guys can see on the camera right now, we have the inputs right here, where you put the RCAs. We have the level. We have high pass and low pass. So LPF and HPF, and then we have bass boost. And then there is a monitor plug where you can buy it. It's like $15. It has, I think,
power,
the same lights
protection,
as
and clip
here
light.
on the top. It has those same lights.
And you can run it right to your dash.
What's nice about the options is I know some people might think, oh, well, that's not enough options. Sometimes less options is better.
Oh, yeah.
I personally did not like the amp that had if you get an amp that has a frequency level adjustment, if you use bass boost on the amp, that's what that's for. The frequency is for the bass boost frequency where you want your bass boost to play. If you don't have that, though, if you turn on bass boost, it'll just work. I really didn't find I didn't find anything to like about that. So this is nice because you can set everything and it's going to work pretty much at any hertz tone you play. It'll all work together, which is nice. And on the other side, zoom out a little bit. So we have the smart cooler, which is a fan that I think there's more fans inside, I think. But that's a fan that will either be at a low speed, a high speed, a medium speed, depending on how the amp is hot, the temperature, how it needs to work. And then I can peel these off. Nice custom Taramps tape.
Nice. Over here.
So we have the power, ground, and the remote on the right side, and the speaker wire inputs on the left side, which these inputs are 8 gauge. I think the remote is 10 gauge, and the power and ground are... I think it's 4 gauge. Yeah. It almost looks like it could be a little smaller than that, maybe like... I mean, they'll probably say it's 4 gauge, but it's probably like 5. But very nice on this side. It's all very clean. It looks nice. All the model. So this is actually, it says it's the version 2, and I think that's like the newest one. I didn't know there was different versions, but I mean, I guess it's nice to see some other stuff. So now behind it, he has the Taramps HD3000, which is their HD series, but it obviously does a lot more power than the 1200.
They're literally the same.
Yeah, they're like the same size.
Same size.
Now his doesn't have a smart cooler, right? Does it?
Yeah, it does.
It does? Mm-hmm. Alright, it does have a smart cooler. I know some of them don't. It has, I think those are the same inputs. Oh, it does. Oh, it actually almost, I think the same size are the same exact things. That's actually funny. I think the left side and the power side are the exact same inputs and everything.
Yep.
So, guys, the only thing that's different, that would pretty much be different, is really just the internals of these amps.
Very similar. Why don't we... Here, I'll show them on mine, and then I'll show them on yours. That's the power side, and your speaker side. Very, very similar if you look at them. Can you see it?
Yeah. So like I said, guys, it's like exactly, mine's on the bottom.
It's the cooler there.
And his is on the top. The only thing I can see that's different is the design here and here.
Mine is like 8 gauge.
Terminals. Oh yeah, I have bigger
Yours is 4 gauge.
For power wire.
I wonder if that's the difference between the V1 and the V2.
Oh, maybe I got bigger terminals? That's actually strange, guys. I mean, you'd think probably that the
bigger amplifier would have. But the HD was a lot used for sound, not bass.
Yeah.
You can use it for either or.
So the difference I see only on his is that Mine has a little crossover detail here, and his says Class D amplifier. That's really the only difference I see. I guess mine doesn't have these little right designs on them, only the left. But the fan, even the grills look exactly the same. I guess for literal stuff, we have the same things to adjust, same RCA inputs, and same monitor. Like, I guess, like we can plug the same monitor thing they sell on Amazon or their website or wherever you get it.
Yep.
It's cool to see two of these by each other. Obviously, you start to get into difference when you start getting their like 5K amps. Those are their big.
Even those are very similar. Like
they probably have the same input. Yeah, the design's similar, but the actual like the width
inputs,
of them, they're long.
Your inputs, I mean the basic design is the same, but your inputs are probably going to be 1 gauge or 2 gauge.
Yep.
Your speaker terminals might be larger.
So I think this is a full range. I think I said a full range.
We're actually going to buy one of the Taramps, probably the 5K something. That'll be up and coming in the future.
Yeah. But actually, it's crazy that they're pretty much like the same. The only thing that's different is that the width of them, the HD3000 is a little wider. Not going to open the insides because, I don't know, we might take off 2 screws, fix that thing, but that's not really video needed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, next step is just putting this into my car. I might do kind of like a half clip. I mean, it's also we're going to do a dyno test, but for car's sake, I might kind of install it and show you guys halfway through, because you guys probably seen people do with the amps 1,000 times, but I already know where I'm going to put it in my car. It's going to fit perfect. Oh, I also have an Alpine.
This is actually
450.
smaller than that.
I have an Alpine
800, right? Oh yeah, the Alpine 450.
Yeah, I have that too.
That's 12.
That's actually in the car. It didn't work at going lower than then. I guess if it doesn't.
He had it wired to a half ohm.
Yeah,
to the amp.
speakers were wired half it to the amp, and as soon as it hit even like a lower tone,
so it's probably dropping below 1 ohm, and that's where the trouble hit.
If it doesn't like 1 ohm at all, it probably doesn't even like 1.2 or 1.3.
Yeah, if it hit 1.5, it might.
Even 1.5, it didn't
protection at that point.
Yeah,
we'd have to actually test it to really find out what it was doing, but.
Don't forget, guys, if you're liking the video right now, don't forget to drop down there and leave it a like, comment how your feelings, comment any suggestions, ask questions.
I'm going to have a free giveaway coming up soon.
Oh, very nice. Check
giveaway number 3.
Giveaways, huh?
We've given away 2 already.
Yes. And
the American Bass Elite and the Power Acoustic Gothic.
Yeah.
Alright, guys.
So we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Definitely stay tuned.
Don't go nowhere.
Alright. Alright, guys.
Alright, guys. Welcome back.
Welcome back. We have the.
Do you have your camera?
Huh? Oh yeah.
Are you going to record it all?
I guess.
All right.
I forgot to start my camera.
I mean, I can bring it down here if you want me to show the dyno.
Welcome back, guys. So we have the MD1200 wired up right down here. We have it on the
Stepson
120 amp power supply, which is a really nice power supply.
0 gauge.
We have the camera there going. We have the dyno right there, loaded up to see what we're gonna get, and we have the Rockville Punisher wired to 1/2 ohm. This is the dual 1 version. The sub is absolutely insane. Just for a second of hearing it, the motor is so crazy on this thing. It's like, see this cone? It's probably
and that amp
big.
Is like absolutely perfect for this subwoofer. Honestly, it sounded nasty.
I'm excited to see if it does over 1,200 watts. So we're gonna be doing the ultra deep bass test that you guys can't even see. This video right here, and then we're gonna be seeing the power. I mean, if you guys want to see that specific, I mean, I'm gonna show it, but if you want to see the real time, the whole thing, it's gonna be on Subs and Pause. But let's without further ado. It's 60 frames, so it's not gonna. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got almost 700. I'll call it out. 354, 560. 77. 1561.
Nice. And
I didn't see the ohm load, but
yeah. And this sub in this box runs around the 1 ohm, so this is perfect for this, I guess, this test.
16. I think it was 1633.
Awesome. That's nice. That's nice to see on these Taramps, guys. They're under, I guess they're conservative about their power, which is nice to see when you buy an amp like this and you get more power than it's rated.
Awesome.
Let me just get a real shot of it real quick.
Got it.
Yeah.
Nice. How much was
1109, 1067.
Teeny bit. See, I'm gonna put it on dyno mode here.
Everything's falling in the house. This sub is loud, bro. What to do?
I got 907 so far.
Just off the.
Yeah, why don't we back it up?
Let's back it up.
Because it's gotta go more. I turned it up. I turned the amp up a little bit. 1652.
And that's in the beginning of the
1.6 ohms.
1.6 ohms.
Yeah.
1600 watts, guys. That's crazy.
$2,065.
Let's go.
1.2 ohms. Let's check it. Check it.
Guys, that is in front of your eyes before you see it. 2,000 watts on 1.2 ohms on the MD1200.1. No
That's why I like doing these live tests.
What's that?
Same thing.
Awesome.
That's why I like doing these live tests.
Guys, this just proves, I mean, Taramps is amazing. Like, you know, this is great.
You get to see what the amp actually really does live. It's blowing everything around here.
Awesome, guys. Well, for the test right now, I'm going to pause it just real quick to end my part of the video. Next shot, guys, just definitely stay tuned. I'm going to put it in my car, and we're going to test it on the subs I have in there. So definitely stay tuned, and we'll be back.
Bye-bye. Turn you off. Alright, guys. You know what to do. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves and each other. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe, guys. Peace.